What's up everyone? My name is MtnDewtheJoker. For those that haven't heard of me, I'm a new competitive player from the US. I've been studying this character ever since it came out. Basically, I'm a setup specialist. My mains are strictly setup characters. Today, the character we're focusing on is the VORAH. Now before we even start, we gotta check out DashFight. So these character guides are being made by other competitive players like me for this game, right? So if you don't want to miss out on this content, hit the notification bell, subscribe. Anything FGC related will be on this channel and their website. The link should be in the description. Stick around till the end to see what will be the next character DashFight will cover. Standing 1, 7 frames, right? Pretty fast, simple. You got down 1, great range by itself, 8 frames, right? We got forward 1, also really great range. You'll be using this to whiff punish, right? You can use this anti-air, but this is also an advancing high, right? 12 frames, right? So really great. You got standing 2. Now standing 2, 11 frames just like standing 4. Standing 2 has a really good hitbox, so this is really great for anti-airing. So standing 1, standing 2 will be your go-to for anti-airs. So let me just demonstrate what you could do. So you do stuff like that, right? So really fun, you know. You got 4-2, right? So 4-2, 19 frames, kind of slow, but it's also a really good auto shimmy. Covers a lot of range, right? So pretty much almost just as good as her jump 1, and we'll get to that in just a second. We got her lows, right? So we'll just start with back 3, the slowest, right? This is it's 17 frames. Nah, it's kind of iffy. So it's kind of a good stagger, only that it's minus 11 on block. So if your opponent is ready, they can punish it. And it has really slow recovery, so if your opponent jumps on this back 3, you can get punished guaranteed. Not fun. I've seen it way too many times. It's definitely the worst thing you ever see. So you got your 2 lows right here. The other 2 lows, you got down 4, and then you got the sweep, the back 4. Both 11 frames, both are the same range, right? Her best neutral tools will be just to sweep and fatal blow, because fatal blow is her best mid, 13 frames. So, but to mix it up, we got forward 4. Surprisingly, goes a little bit farther than the sweep, just a little farther. So when you do these checks, so probably looking for this, but really you can still reach that far. It's pretty impressive. 21 frames seems slow, right? But I feel like players don't use this move a lot. Like, I get hit by this move more than I like to admit. It is minus 16 though, so just be careful when you throw this around. And then we got the honeybee special, the jump 1. This catches everyone, even me. Definitely me. So there's like so many mind games, right? So like it has phenomenal range. Like, so if someone's trying to throw projectiles at you, you can jump over this and this will still connect. You can be like half screen and this will still connect. The Catwoman and Justice Days all over again. Yes. And then you got mind games, you go for hop, you got a good down 2 to cover it. You even have a down 4-2 to crush blow. Amazing unbreakable damage is basically 50% guaranteed every time. And just do something, you can just do something as simple as this and you get 43% easy. For the VORAH variations, 3 come into mind. 3 you should just pocket. It doesn't matter which one you main, have all 3 in your arsenal. So we got Buzzed, the Sonic Fox variation, which is basically Buzz 2.0. And we got the honeybee variation, which is teleport and bugs. And they all share the same one. So it's the disruptive terror bug. This bug makes the board seem very top tier. Especially this amplified, because it just shuts down their options, right? So unlike the honeybee variation, the Sonobox variation, and just plain buzz, they give you like new options, right? So well, there's just more bang for your buck, right? So what you get with buzz is the strings, right? So you get the grab, crushing blows. Once you grab, crushing blow, then you get a whole mind game on your 4-2-2 string. So you get 4-2-2 down grab. There's a false block on it, but -2 as well. So it's like a, and then you get a 4-2-2 up grab, which adds to that mind game. So it's a mid, it's punishable -17, but if you try to false block it, you get a good 17% plus dot damage. Same thing for 4-2-2 down grab for the overhead. They missed the timing. You get 16% plus dot damage. And then this is where it kind of changes. So for regular buzz, you get this air ticking time bug. So you just jump up, back forward 1, right? You create this little wall for a second. You can hold back for a close, you can hold forward for a far. You can amplify it to get all 3. You can use this to get in, or you can use this to, as just a wall for like zoning. You can use this to throw your bugs as you're getting in, you know, really dirty stuff. So for the Sonobox variation, you replace the air bug with the deadly swarm. Now this is where the board can get really nasty, right? So deadly swarm, how this works is there's 5 bugs floating around the board, right? You can get them onto your opponent. So 5 of them, right? So you can get them all down with the swarm amplify, which is back 4-4, all 5 there. But you really don't, because this is very setup heavy, right? So you got the bug, right? All of these bugs will add to the opponent as well. Even your projectile, backward 1, the firefly. Just stuff like that. Even the air bug for your custom. If you have like a different custom, even the bomb beetle bug, that also counts. So really you don't really need to cash out like that, because you'll be getting, as you'll be doing your setups. So this gives the board a whole new layer to your setup. So now you can use Deadly Swarm, you can call the bugs back, right, with down 1, toss the bar, great in-game move. You can also cash out, go for your 4-throw pressure blow. Each bug adds 2%, so just a maximum of 36%. This gives the board the dumbest comeback you'll ever see. So put it all together, you get to a nice 20%, right? It gets wrong, well, we just want to block, so grab. There we go, another 20%. Stagger to grab, 50% pretty much gone. Another 30%. So just to top it off, we still got feet up low. We still got the 1-2 grab, brush blow, just in case we make one right read and you are dead. Not a lot of work. Just a few touches and that's just your life. As much of a solid deal that is, we're going to cover buzz. So let's see what's up with the strings. So the board strings, not much to it unless you have the parasite stuff. So the parasite stuff adds like a mind game to it. So there's 2 false block mind games. So this is pretty much just for advanced stuff. But really, not just that, but it's just, you can do 1-2, and you can do down 1 or just grab. It's like something you can do off that stagger, just check them to sleep. So much you can do. So if you feel like they're getting tired of all of that, you can do 1-2 grab. But it's -9, so at a high level, everyone's ready for this punish. But if they try to press the button, or if you do this as a shimmy, you can get like 26 to 29% for the crushing blow, depending on what hits first. So we got that. We got 4-2-2. Most of your options are not safe. Pretty much all of them aren't safe. So you just gotta find ways to mix it up. So like you got this right here. You got, if you're feeling a little frisky, you can throw a bug. Or you just go from here. There's just many ways, but now that you got the parasite strings, you got this overhead, which is -2. You can trade with it, you can false block it, but at the same time, you also gotta look for stuff like down back 4 ant, which is completely safe, -4, but you gotta spend the bar. And then there's also this mind game right here. That's very punishable, but that's straight mid. You can't duck it. Unlike this. Duck it on block. Okay, so you get hit by this, you get a crushing blow with some dot damage. Same thing if you mess up the ball block for this, 16% with dot damage. So now we got 2-1, nothing much to it. You got 2-1, 2-2-2. Just for like a very small mind game, nothing big. You got back 3-4. Many ways to punish it. So if like mid screen, you can floss block this, you can jump this, like so many things. It's -8 unless you space it, like really space it, which is not worth it. And you can interrupt it, even with an 8 frame. Just a quick demonstration. Floss block, interrupt, jump, all of that. And then there's 4-4 neutral. So with 4-4 you can do stuff like this. You get all that space to yourself. Let me try to get all that space to yourself and your neutral. Compared to like you do something like, you know, right here and you're like -10, you know. So for VORAH's combos, you kind of tie in with her game plan. So I'm just try to keep it simple. Try to avoid a 10 to 15 minute explanation. Just very brief. We're gonna go straight into it. 4.3 down by 1 amp into 2-1. Bug. Very consistent, just the right amount of plus range, right? So it'll be like +7 to 11, 13, depending on your timing, right? The reason why this is a go-to is because, of course, the consistency. Plus, if your opponent likes to break away, standing 2, you cover it. You can also do stand 1 into forward 1-3 to bug, but that sacrifices a lot of pressure. So you can see this is only +4, and it's not really nice, especially if your opponent likes to wake up with an attack. That will interrupt the bug. Or if you amplify it, you'll actually get 2 bugs instead of 3. But you could also do stand 1 into the bug as well. Sometimes some people do, sometimes I do it. You stand 4 into bug, you sacrifice plus frames, but it's not really ideal because you would actually push them away if they didn't break away. And you actually would be pushing away away from the bug if you're chasing them now. So it's not really ideal because they can just walk away. So combos you can get off of this. So let's just say your opponent likes to wake up and you just happen to block it. Do something like this. Very simple, you know. If you like to mix up, if your opponent guesses wrong with back 3, you can get a combo like this. Do a jump 1 to forward 1-3, put them in the same situation again. Basically her whole game plan in a nutshell. There's so much more we can cover with the meterless options, but we're going to have to move on to the amplified version. So this is where the fun really begins. Because you get to grab stuff, and when you do these grabs, the viewer lands either close or far away from the opponent. Both of these options, you can land the jump kick. It's actually possible. There's one timing for both options. It's not that hard to find. To make it easier, you can also just land a jump one. You just go for a down back forward, just so you can just keep the pressure going. So hit that. So you're like plus 13, so you can pretty much do what you want for this. And if you want a side switch, you can use factory 4. You can go for a sweep for a hard knockdown, or you can go for a down 1 into bug. Keep your setups going. It's a little bit tougher to do if you're landing close to the opponent, but because you gotta make sure you don't back up too much or back up. You didn't back up enough, so you gotta find that sweet spot. It's a little harder. If you lay it far away, you definitely get a little more freedom. Corner, it's not really much. So you do backdash stand 1, backdash standing 2. Get the bug away from the opponent, so the bug will have more time to like travel. You can do stand 1 to standing 4, and the bug will land closer, but a little more damage. Basically, to get the best out of the setup, you gotta sacrifice a little bit of damage. But if you really want to cash out, you do factory 4 into 1-2 grab. You can actually land 1-2 grab a little bit earlier than you think you can. So, and then factory 4, pretty easy to land in the corner now, just a little bit easier. I use down 3. You can land down 1 and down 2. Down 2 would be optimal damage. Down 3 into bug is just the easiest out of all of them, and you don't really lose much for doing this, and you actually get a lot of damage. So if you get your mix-up going, that and the fatal, 40%, easiest 40% you can get, 41%. So the combos you can get for the bug, pretty simple. Like, you'd most likely be using 1-2 or a standing 4 to end your combos into bug. 1-2, so like if you see this bug and you're still doing your combo before it explodes, as you can see, like it just did, you probably want to end your combo in 1-2, just so you buy yourself more time to throw this bug out. Because if your combo, if that bug hasn't exploded and you throw like stand 4 in the bug will not come out. So finally, the moment y'all been waiting for, the VORAH's game plan, right? So very simple. All it is just setting the opponent up and then setting them up again. So you want to put them in this loop, right? This loop that they can't get out of, right? Right there, come in another loop, and you just mix them up. So this is where the VORAH's getting all her damage from, right? The setups. So she's getting them from, like, you know, just here, let me just do this. So she's getting them from like all the chip damage, all the mix-ups, people just guessing wrong trades. That's pretty huge. So trade. So let me show you an example of what I mean by trade. So just like that, and you put back in the same position. So this is where the VORAH gets overwhelming, especially when you have a bar to work with. So you can do like something like the Sonic bar setup. You can mix it up. You can combo off the low, the overhead, and the grab. The grab is a little harder because it's very specific on how to do that, but I can dive into that in another video. I can show you any tech I got. I can cover that in a future video. So very basic. This basically what the VORAH can do, you know. You want to condition your opponent to think one way, and then you just mix it up. So like, that's the best part about it. So you can condition opponent so you're getting tired of like these mix-ups, right? You know, like you're just tired of you checking them, and then you just grab them, right? Once they get tired of the grabs, you can start doing stuff like wait, and then it's really stupid. And like just before you know it, there's 20%, another 20. That's all it is. It's 20 after 20 after 20. And before you know it, the life is halfway gone. And when it gets to the corner, oh, it's like the best part is like you just sneak in stuff. So wherever you do like sweep checks, you could try to just sneak in a bug, you know. But they're just so like just conditioned with that. Like you're just like so many things you do. Like, you know, if you're like in the jumps, you jump, and then you back up, you're there, and then they have once this bug is amplified, they gotta respect whatever happens. They can try to take a turn. You know, the Scorpion could try to teleport. This bug tracks, so it doesn't matter what you do, they're coming. But let's show you the weakness of the VORAH, where she kind of struggles at. So finally got the weakness. So without this bug, there's not much you can do. Like, can't really just throw this out because most of the time you'll be dealing with zoners, so you won't really be the one zoning, even though she would have been a great zoner, considering you see how well she'll zone against Jackie and Collector. And even as well in the mirror. Very devastating if you got the life lead. But unfortunately, most of the time you're going to just be doing characters like Liu Kang, right? So you have a few tools to work with that. You have Dynamic 1 Amplifier, you just hold up, and you can use that. You can use this to low profile some projectiles, not all, but some high projectiles. You can use that time to dash up. You also have your amazing jump 1, right? I mean, that's pretty much it when it comes to like weaknesses. Everything else is covered once you get this bug out. This concludes the video. So everything I just went over, there's gonna be a text version on their website. Hope you guys had just as much fun watching, learning from this as much as I had making this for you. Maybe you learned a thing or two. Maybe I can teach you something in a future video where I go even further on these setups. I'll see you guys in the next one.